All right, we're rolling.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Old Fart Reactions. I'm Mooney.
I'm Jay.
I'm Dave.
And hey, today we're doing something interesting. The Latin music world lost one of their big names today. Recently, Willie Colon, and I saw that he had passed away February 22nd or 3rd, I think, and he's one of the big names from way back when. We've had a lot of requests since we mentioned that we were starting a Latin music night.
Yeah,
he's been mentioned a lot even before he
That's right.
died.
Yeah.
You know? So we decided to do something from him, and one of the requests said that this was a really great song, one of his more popular songs that he did with Ruben Blades. They did an album called Siempre, I think. Or Siempre. Mm-hmm. It's one of his definitive albums.
Yeah.
And they did this album together. They worked together a lot. And this is a song called Pedro, Navaja. And Ruben Blades is singing, and Willie Colon is playing trombone on it. And I believe they wrote it together, and this was a huge hit for them, and the album was a huge hit.
Yeah.
So
let's give it a listen.
Yeah.
This guy, Willie Colon, looking him up quickly, I really don't know a lot about him, but interesting guy.
Yeah.
The guy, he became a policeman in New York, like in 2014. And it sounds like he did both jobs. He worked as a policeman. He eventually became a lieutenant.
Well, a lot of stuff when I was, same thing. I just looked up briefly because I've heard his name, but I didn't know anything really about him. But a lot of them mentioned that he was known, obviously, for his music and salsa and all different styles of music, really. But also that he was a political activist, that he was known for his activism and
civil rights,
civil rights movement and everything. So he was only a little older than us, born in 1950, I believe.
1950.
And so maybe it had something to do with that because he was still putting out music,
right, at the same time.
And then you read somewhere that he had a bad accident with his wife. At one point that
they survived it, but like in 2021 or somewhere around there.
So I wonder if he kept doing any music because it sounded like they were really badly hurt. And then he just recently died. But so this would be great. To get into some of his stuff. And I love Ruben Blades. The other thing was he was an actor also. I don't know, like Ruben Blades I know was an actor for many things. Ruben Blades is a fascinating guy, a really talented actor, really great singer, songwriter and everything.
Sure.
But also Willie Colon, they said, was an actor also. Okay. So I'd like to get into, maybe somebody can let us know something he was in.
Sounds like he's a deep guy.
Sound like he had a long career, because we're going back to the 70s here.
Right.
This was in the 70s, and he was producing music all the way through.
Yeah.
So please let us know any other requests of Willie Colon and any information that you think we'd like to know and the audience would like to hear. And you want to get into it?
Yeah,
let's hear it.
All right. Here we go.
Por la esquina del viejo barrio lo vi pasar, con el tumbao que tienen los guapos al caminar, las manos siempre en los bolsillos de su gabán, pa' que no sepan en cuál de ellas lleva el puñal. Usa un sombrero de ala ancha de medio lado y zapatillas por si hay problemas, salir volado. Lentes oscuros pa' que no sepan que está mirando, y un diente de oro que cuando ríe se ve brillando. como a 3 cuadras de aquella esquina,
Sounds live.
una mujer va recorriendo la acera entera por 5ª vez. Y en un zaguán entra y se da un trago para olvidar que el día está flojo y no hay clientes para trabajar. Un carro pasa muy despacito por la avenida. No tiene marcas, pero todos saben que es policía. Pedro Navaja, las manos siempre dentro del gabán. Mira y sonríe y el diente de oro vuelve a brillar. Mientras camina pasa la vista de esquina a esquina. No se ve un alma, está desierta toda la avenida. Cuando de pronto esa mujer sale del zaguán y Pedro Navaja aprieta un puño dentro del gabán. Mira pa' un lado, mira pa' el otro y no ve a nadie. Y a la carrera, pero sin ruido, cruza la calle. Y mientras tanto en la otra acera va esa mujer refunfuñando, pues no hizo pesos con qué comer. Mientras camina del viejo abrigo saca un revólver. Esa mujer iba a guardarlo en su cartera pa' que no estorbe. Un 38 Smith & Wesson del especial que carga encima pa' que la libre de todo mal. Y Pedro Navaja, puñal en mano, le fue pa' encima. El diente de oro iba alumbrando toda la avenida. Quiso fácil, mientras reía el puñal le hundía sin compasión. Cuando de pronto sonó un disparo como un cañón y Pedro Navaja cayó en la acera mientras veía a esa mujer que revólver en mano y de muerte herida. Ay, le decía, yo que pensaba, hoy no es mi día, estoy salado. Pero Pedro Navaja, tú estás peor, no estás en nada.
Wow, that's so good, man.
Yeah.
It almost sounded live, like it's a
beginning,
live
yeah.
cut in the
Yeah.
beginning.
Maybe.
Maybe it is alive.
Maybe it is.
The
Maybe
very
it is.
beginning of it all sounded live. I love
I'm
the way they
listening-
built
I'm
it
listening
up.
to this,
man.
man. I'm listening to this, and the first thing I'm thinking of is like, I Love Lucy. Okay, when Ricky would be at the Copacabana, he'd be out there singing, everybody would be clapping for him.
Well, man,
That's what it reminded me of. It was the same
It's
kind of
that
music.
guy,
Yeah,
got that
yeah,
club
yeah,
dancing kind
yeah,
of fun.
Yellow
Well,
Macambo.
absolutely.
You know, hey, you know, because he was the real deal.
Oh.
Ricky Ricardo
Oh,
was
yeah,
the real
definitely.
deal.
Desi Arnaz was great.
Desi
Yeah,
Arnaz,
don't get me
yeah.
wrong,
Very cool. I love the buildup of it too. It's
Yeah.
kind of slow and
You know what I love?
I love the, you know, the
Yeah.
way that the
I love the little breakdowns. he
Yeah,
does,
yeah.
Right? And they're different. It's in the same part of the song, but it's done differently in different verses.
and then
You
they
know,
Yes.
just bring in a
Yeah,
bunch
really.
of horns together for a little blast, like
Yeah.
Right,
You know,
right.
like
But then you
that.
know, you
Go-
notice it's different time changes too.
Yeah. Very cool. You know,
Really cool.
But you know, the one thing too, and it's making us sway a little bit in our chairs. This is dance music.
Oh, yeah,
absolutely.
yeah,
know,
really,
you
yeah.
know, I can just picture it. You know, I can picture people dancing and everything.
You know, again, and we talked about this listening to Bad Bunny.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing it's really kind of a salsa thing. These bands are tight. Like
Oh,
to
yeah, they
make
are.
all those little breakdowns
I
and
know,
all everything
I
they're
know.
doing.
Yeah, there's
That-
no accidents.
That's no accident.
That's a lot of work, man. That's a lot of rehearsal.
Right.
And but there's a looseness in it.
There is.
You know, it's a freedom of
Because it's
that's-
coming from here.
Well,
Yeah, it's in
and,
the
and
soul, yeah,
also,
you can
and
tell.
also when you're well rehearsed, you can be loose.
Right.
you know?
Right.
And so, but
Oh,
it
yeah.
has.
Come on,
hey,
you guys were in bands.
and
I
they're
mean,
young
yeah,
as
you know.
can be. They're young as can be, man. Ruben Blades, I know as an older guy, that these are young pictures that they're showing.
Yeah,
of
this
them,
is
you
back
know?
in.
Yeah.
And 78, I think, is when they said this was from.
Okay.
And he's saying the word in the song. I'm not sure if it's the same word as siembra.
Yeah.
Siembra. I'm not. You know, we're bad at the pronunciation.
Yeah,
Although
sorry.
we were. People have been trying to help us with our pronunciation. We're working at it, you know. And,
Yeah. And we appreciate the help. We really
Yeah,
do.
yeah, we do.
Anything you can
Yeah.
do, by all means, help us out.
and we don't mean
The dogs gave us
butcher
a
the
thumbs
words.
up.
Yeah, the dogs are enjoying it. Yeah, but,
They're dancing
all right,
too.
Right.
But really nice.
I'm
man.
digging it.
I'm digging
Yeah.
it a lot. All right. All right, here we go. Back to it. Pretty long one, too.
Yeah.
Y créanme, gente, que aunque hubo ruido, nadie salió. No hubo curiosos, no hubo preguntas, nadie lloró. Solo un borracho con los dos muertos se tropezó. Cogió el revólver, el puñal, los pesos y se marchó. Y tropezando se fue cantando desafinado.
Just a guess. It doesn't sound like a serious song. It might be, but doesn't it sound like the words are kind of fun? Like it's
very
kind
happy.
of a fun, happy tune. I'd be curious about what this song is about because it sounds like it sounds like fun. Well, and they're mentioning a person's name, I think.
Yeah.
Pedro, like they're talking about this person.
I heard one word that I knew, and it was book.
I keep
that was
hearing,
it. Yeah, something about a book.
I'm hearing food. I think I'm
Yeah.
hearing. Who knows? We could be way off.
Right.
But it sounds like kind of a light song. It doesn't sound like there's a heavy meaning.
But I
behind
could
it.
imagine if you knew how to dance,
Oh man.
you could really do it on this.
Well,
song.
you know what? That's what I was just thinking about. Why this is a longer song? Because it's
Yeah,
a dance.
'cause it's a dance thing.
stuff.
Yeah.
So this is like 6 minutes of dancing.
Yeah.
A 7-minute song. So, all right. Here we go.
El coro que aquí les traje y da el mensaje de mi canción. La vida te da sorpresas, sorpresas te da la vida, ay Dios.
La vida te da sorpresas, sorpresas te da la vida. Ay,
Pedro Navaja, matón de esquina, quien a hierro mata, a hierro termina.
la vida te da sorpresas, sorpresas te da la vida.
Maleante pescador, balanzuelo que tiraste, en vez de una sardina, un tiburón
I like the back and
enganchaste.
I like to live in America. La vida te da sorpresas, sorpresas te da la vida. Ay Dios.
8 millones de historias tiene la ciudad de Nueva York.
La vida te da sorpresas, sorpresas te da la vida. Ay Dios.
Como decía mi abuelita, el que de último ríe se ríe mejor.
What is that? A siren?
I like to live in America. La vida te da sorpresas, sorpresas te da la
Cuando
vida.
lo manda el destino, no lo cambia ni el más bravo. Si naciste pa' martillo del cielo, te caen los
La
clavos.
vida te da sorpresas, sorpresas te da la vida.
En barrio de guapo, cuidado en la acera. Cuidado cámara, que el que no corre
La
vuela.
vida te da sorpresas, sorpresas te da la vida. Ay Dios.
Como en una novela de Kafka, el borracho dobló por el callejón.
La vida te da.
En la ciudad de Nueva York, 2 personas fueron encontradas muertas. Esta madrugada, los cuerpos sin vida de Pedro Vargas y Josefina Wilson de dirección.
Sin mirarte yo te miro sin sentir
That's cool.
And that was very cool.
I got a kick out of it. I really did.
And that sounded like somebody did. That might have been Willie Colon at the end there, because that didn't sound like Ruben Blades singing at the end. No. It sounded like a different lead voice, right?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And I love the back and forth between when the fellas come in, when the whole group comes in, they're all
Yeah.
and
Right,
then the lead vocal jumps off of that.
Yes.
They go back and forth. But next time we'll try to get a lyric video, because I'm curious about what the song was about. But I'm curious to see if that was a light song, because it sounded like it until the sirens came in.
And it's
I thought it was the cops were here.
But that was really interesting.
Very
man.
complex musically, though.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
A lot going on there.
I don't think it was live because of that complexity. Because there was, it seemed like they were bringing other stuff in. Like at the end, like it sounded like mixing.
Right.
Well, I'll tell you what, when you see Eddie Jampson, like when I was in Hawaii, there's one group that's coming to the park, and they're all Spanish guys. And they was bringing any instrument, and they just sit there and they just sit there and jam all day, and it sounded really good.
You've been in Central Park, the conga players and stuff like that, and there'd be all mixes of ethnic groups there.
Sure,
right. Everyone's. I banged around a couple of times there.
Yeah, it's like just having like a big drum circle,
but just fun stuff. Well, it's percussively based, a lot of it. I mean, the whole beginning of this song was just
a lot of percussion,
very much so.
Percussion stuff and bass, and a little bit of keyboard stuff.
The genre really leans that way anyway. The percussion in it is a big part of it.
Absolutely, and they use little off beats that.
That's what I love.
As a musician, I think I could be on stage with these guys and do it, but I couldn't lead it. I could maybe add a little something to it.
You'd be surprised.
But those beats are tough.
Right.
They're not natural to me.
And what you hear in a lot of salsa music, this song in particular, in the percussion is many layers. You start out with a simple.
No, that's
boom,
right. That's
boom,
right.
Boom.
That's right.
And there's so much more coming in there.
That's right. It's not like one conga.
Right.
You have a whole.
They got all the other, and just even wooden blocks and stuff.
Yeah, it's hypnotic.
Intricate.
It really is.
Pretty much,
It is. That was really enjoyable.
That was
great.
Very cool.
So, hey, let us know what you think of that. Give us some information about Willie Colon and Ruben Blades.
We can do some more of his stuff.
This album, if you know stuff about this album and what this song is about, and give us more suggestions.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And thanks for stopping by. Thumbs up.
Subscribe to the channel.
See you soon.
See you soon. Thanks for stopping by.
Bye.